So Dave Webb, manager of Swindon Supermarine, joins us now on Your Sport Swindon. Dave, a 2-2 draw against Tiverton today, coming back from being 2-0 down. 1 point gain, 2 points lost.
I think it's a point gained against the top sides. You can very rarely give a team a 2-0 lead and then come back. So I'm pleased that we keep the unbeaten run going. It takes it to 10 games, which is a great achievement from the players. But when you look at the second half again, we've had our chances probably to have gone on and won the game. But I'm sure Martin, their manager, would say it's probably a fair result, and probably right. It's a fair result on chances created in both halves. But I feel a little bit. I just thought we may have nicked it at the death there, but and the goal that was disallowed, I thought was definitely a goal. So, but it's we've done well to come back from 2-0 down and get a point. So I'm pleased, and we've just got to try and win the next game now.
Indeed. So yeah, coming from 2-0 down, were you surprised at the fact that your team was 2-0 down? Yeah,
we've been defending so well, but their movement, they played a front three, and it did cause us some problems. And Owen Howe, the first 2 goals, his movement was superb, and he's finished them brilliantly. We had no chance, and that was disappointing to see us concede 2 goals, but. We got the penalty and got back into the game in the first half, which I think we deserve. We had enough good opportunities in the first half as well. We just didn't manage to put them away. But it's 2 contrasting styles maybe today. The way we want to play and the way that Tiverton play. We needed to play more to our strengths. Certainly in the second half, we talked about that at half time, and I think we did in the second half. We want to pass the ball. Pitch is difficult today, but I'm pleased the game was on, and we've got a point, so it just keeps things ticking over nicely.
Absolutely. Is it a big challenge to implement your style of play on the kind of pitches and the conditions that we repeatedly see, it appears, every week?
Yeah, it is, but the players we've got here, we're not a team that wants to just go, back to front as quickly as we can. We're not got big centre forwards that are going to hold the ball up. So, we've got intricate players up top that want the ball into feet, who are quick and have got good movement. So we need to play that way. But it's very difficult when Tiverton played the way they did. They're very, they're physically very strong, and their front three didn't allow our back four to be able to get their head up and play a good ball into the front, certainly in the first half. So we talked about how we wanted to change things at half time, and I think we did that, and we've created enough chances to win the game today. But at 2-0, I think Landricum, the lad who scored a lot of goals for him, he's through, and he's tried to chip Harvey, and maybe a bit of power might have been more well served for him, and if that goes in, I don't think we do come back from 3-0 down. So I'm happy. I'm pleased for the players that they've managed to keep the run going.
Absolutely. And so you mentioned him there, Harvey Rivers, the debut man in goal. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I thought he'd done well. He's a young keeper. He's not played for 6-7 weeks, so he's just sitting there. He felt a little bit rusty, but he'll do a good job. I was pleased with him. I thought he did well. Yeah.
And is it a case of him just staying here until Matt Bauman's back, or?
Yeah, well, he's obviously dual registered with Hereford. He lives in Hereford, so it's his hometown club, and obviously Hereford is ex-Football League club. Obviously, you would think they will win their league, and they'll come in either to this league or the Central next season. So, he's obviously a Hereford boy, and he wants to play for his hometown club. But he's obviously not playing at the moment, and. Obviously with Bully being injured, obviously Bully's had some good news this week. He's probably hopefully 6 weeks away from fitness, 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm hoping that Harvey stays with us for that period, and then we'll see what happens. But Matt Bauman's been outstanding for us this season. He's been terrific on and off the field. He's a pleasure to manage, pleasure to deal with, and obviously he's our first choice keeper. But Harvey will do well for us in the interim anyway.
And another debut man, Colin Thompson, coming on late on in the game. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, it's difficult. He went on with 20 minutes to go. We just thought we'd make that change. Obviously, still 2-1 at that point, and we just thought put Bradley Gray through the middle. Obviously, took Connor Warden off and put Connor out on the right-hand side. I thought he did okay. It's the most difficult area of the pitch to play in. If you go and have a look how heavy it is over there, it's not easy to come on in a game of such high tempo and importance to have a massive input. But I thought he did okay, and I say he's had a chance, could have scored, and maybe the one that Josh has tried to sit the keeper down late on. If he squares it, I think Connor's got an open goal, so he could have well scored on his debut and won us the game. But I thought he'd done well. I think he'd be a very, very good player at this football club. He's obviously not playing a lot of football either, so he's got to get up to match fitness. But yeah, I was pleased with him as well.
Good stuff. And so 2 in, but one's left. Ashley Edinburgh. Can you give us a bit of background on why he's left?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Ash come back his third spell at the club. You know, and you know what we're trying to do here. You can see from all the investment that the chairman's putting in with the dome, and we're trying to build something. Obviously to get us out of this league, but obviously to be able to play in the next league up. And you know, Ash, you know, when we sat down and talked about what we wanted and the way we see the future, you know, he just didn't really want to be committing himself to the next level. You know, some might say, well, we're not out of this league yet, but from my perspective, it's about getting a group of players together that have the ambition and want to win this league or go up through the playoffs, and then want to commit to the vigour of the next league up. The next league up, you know, I've not had the pleasure of managing it yet, but we all know it's a lot more travelling, it's a lot more commitment, and obviously playing Cheshire, you can see the quality of the teams you'll come up against week in, week out. So that was the main reason for it. Obviously we had obviously losing Luke as well to Gloucester, who he's doing exceptionally well. So we've lost two really quality strikers in the last sort of two weeks. So, you know, we've got to recover. But, you know, I think, you know, I've seen enough today with Josh and Connor Warden. Bradley Gray obviously play through that position as well. Colin Thompson can play there as well. So I think we'll be okay. I still think we've got enough goals in the team. You know, as say midfield players, you know, Chrissy Taylor scored 2 today. So I think there's enough goals here. And I've said that to the players before the game. You know, I don't envisage bringing anybody else in. Obviously, we lose Luke Matthews. His last game next Saturday before he goes to the States. You know, but I'm confident again. We've got players that can play in that position. So I've got an excellent squad. You know, 20 players in the squad. You know, we've got lads today not fit, and you know, a couple of lads not even in the 16. So we've got a good group. Happy where we are. And as I say, happy today that we're not sitting here talking about a defeat and what ifs and maybes. You know, we've actually showed a lot of character and determination to dig ourselves out from a 2-0 deficit.
Indeed, and so it's been a while actually since we've been sat here. It's been a few weeks since we last actually kicked a competitive ball. So how tough has that been for you as the manager to keep your team fresh?
Well, you know, we've obviously used the dome to train. Which is fantastic, but it's nothing like match fitness, you know, and on a difficult pitch I'm sure the boys would be absolutely out of gas tonight, because you know, your match fitness is where it counts. We can do as much work in the dome as we need to do, but you know, there's nothing like games. But again, that's what's pleasing. It'd have been very easy at 2-0 down to say, well, you know, the game's gone, but they haven't. They've shown a lot of character and come back brilliantly well and could have won it. So I think we're in a good place. I'm really pleased with the squad I've got. And I think there's a real bright future for the football club in all the players that are here today and the ones that are not involved. So it's you know, we've got a great group, and a group that I think will go very far.
Good to hear. And a young man who sounds like he might be going very far indeed is Dan Lawrence, getting called up to the England college team. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's fantastic for Dan. You know, I've seen such an improvement in Dan. You know, this season he's played a couple of games, played in the Redenshaw Cup game at Yate, and he played at Wantage in the league. And, you know, he works extremely hard. And I also think, you know, not just Dan, but, you know, the coaches, James Whitlock, who works with him, and also Matt Bauman. You know, again, Matt Bauman has been absolutely instrumental in a lot of Dan's progression because of the way that Bully works with him in when we train. And you know, Bully is a great mentor for him, and you know, Bully's played at top level, and you know, he's taken time out to talk to Dan and to bring Dan on. And you know, it's nothing to do with me why Dan Lawrence is where he is. You know, it's down to, I say, the coaches and Bully, and I suppose me giving him a chance to play. But ultimately it's down to Dan for all the hard work that he's put in to get himself in that position. And I think as he gets older and he gets stronger, I think he'll be an exceptional keeper, and maybe one day he'll be playing here in the first team.
A bright future for Dan, and hopefully a bright future for Supermarine. The run continues, Dave, and congratulations with today's draw.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Much.